Imagine this. You're in the kitchen, hungry, and you spot a banana. You grab it, take a bite. But wait! Stop! It's actually a banana slug. Congratulations. You just ate a banana slug. Finding Nemo lied to you. How? Well, let me explain. It all starts with hermaphroditism, where an organism possesses both male and female reproductive organs at some point in their lives. Let's talk about Hermaphroditism ocellaris, also known as clownfish. Clownfish are all born as males. They live in small groups in one anemone. This consists of one breeding pair, including one dominant female, the biggest and most aggressive, and one dominant male, second biggest and second most aggressive, and some smaller males. Basically, the breeding pair are the only ones who can reproduce and engage in breeding activities. When the female dies, the dominant male, now being the largest, undergoes changes to become the new dominant female. This is sequential hermaphroditism, one of the two types of hermaphroditism, where an organism changes genders. Progeny is where females change into males, and protandry is where males change into females. When the dominant male changes into a female, the next biggest male will now become the dominant male. This change in sex is triggered by environmental factors such as the female dying rather than sex chromosomes. This process involves complex hormonal shifts affecting their gonads, which is an organ that produces reproductive cells. Clownfish's gonads is the ovotestes, meaning it has both the testicular and ovarian tissues. However, the testes are mature and fully developed, the ovary is immature and undeveloped. The change from male to female are controlled by a regulatory system called the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. It involves the brain signaling to the reproductive organs, gonads, to produce and release hormones like estrogen and testosterone, which are crucial for regulating reproductive functions. There are a lot of complex chemicals and hormones involved, but what you need to know is that testosterone levels decrease and estrogen levels rise. This causes the testicle tissue to decrease in size and function, while the ovarian tissues develop. This is irreversible. In clownfish, testosterone maintains male characteristics in clownfish and inhibits female reproductive structures, while estrogen promotes female traits and behaviors, such as preparing for egg laying and nesting. This adaptation increases survival rates by allowing the formation of a new breeding pair without the need to find new mates, reducing the risk associated with migration. Well, I'm not sure if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but based on these facts, Marlin would become a female as his mate got eaten by a barracuda, and Nemo would become the next dominant male. You know where I'm heading with this, right? Therefore, Nemo would mate with his dad. Talk about incest. What were you thinking?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Don't worry, if your child is ruined now because it isn't as bad as you think. Why? Great question. This is because clownfish reproduce through external fertilization, where the female lays eggs and the male fertilizes them. Anyways, we will now talk about banana slugs, aka Areolomax dolichophalis. Banana slugs. Banana slugs are simultaneous hermaphrodites, one of the two types of hermaphroditism. This is when an organism has both male and female reproductive organs concurrently. This means that banana slugs can self-fertilize. Like clownfish, they lack sex-determining chromosomes. They only have autosomes. They can reproduce asexually, but they generally prefer sexual reproduction. This suggests that they prioritize genetic diversity in their reproductive strategies. Or it foreshadows their questionable mating activities. Disclaimer, you were warned. During mating season, banana slugs release pheromones in their slime trails to attract mates, just like sending out cute little love letters. When mating, they intertwine and mutually fertilize each other's eggs. Banana slugs have a mantle. Underneath it is their gonopore. This is the genital opening. During mating, they align these openings to facilitate reproduction. They have a very unique and downright kinky mating ritual. Picture a club scene, slugs dancing, smelling each other's slime trails, and boom! The beginning of a new love story. But in all actuality, that's basically how it goes, plus a few other things. In the wild, the slugs find each other through their slime trails, and by dancing, I mean they circle each other, kinda like feeling each other up. During this, they lunge, bite, and smack each other with their tails. On top of that, banana slugs show and inspect each other's genitals to ensure compatibility after their extensive foreplay. They do this as a way to ensure that they're the same species and a good match for, you guessed it, sex. Fun facts, banana slugs have the biggest to body ratio on the planet, with some having their as the same size as their body. Some grow up to 9 inches long. If you're shocked, don't be. That just means you weren't paying attention to what I was saying before. What? How? Remember this? Anyways, we'll now talk about banana slugs, aka Areolomax dolichophalis. Yeah, that literally translates to, wait for it, long. Another thing is, their mating ritual can last up to 2 hours, with the actual mating session lasting hours more. And here's the fun bit. If one slug is tired or done, it may bite off the others. Don't worry, it grows back. It's called a process called apophylation. Apophylation may have evolved to increase their reproductive success by reducing competition and allowing for more opportunities to mate. Anyways, this whole time you thought, aww, they're so tiny and they look like bananas. They're so cute and innocent. Not anymore. Comparison. They're both cold-blooded animals. Habitat. The clownfish lives in warm salt water such as the Pacific Ocean and the Red Sea. The banana slug lives on land in damp, temperate, forested areas along the west coast of California to Alaska. Breathing. Clownfish have gills to breathe, while banana slugs have a pneumostome to breathe. Ecological roles. Clownfish has a symbiotic relationship, which is mutualism, with anemone. The anemone protects clownfish from predators with its stinging tentacles. The clownfish, in turn, lures prey with its bright colors, which is killed by the poison from the tentacles and eaten by the anemone. Banana slugs. They recycle nutrients as they are decomposers. They eat dead organic matter, feces, moss, fallen leaves, and plants, and it all gets recycled back into the environment, and it also fertilizes the soil. They put energy back into the system. Unique adaptations. Clownfish. They have a special mucus layer on their skin that protects them from the stings of the sea anemones, which allow them to live safely among their tentacles. Banana slugs. Banana slugs have a slimy mucus, and there's a lot of benefits from it. It helps prevent drying out, and it also helps them move across surfaces. It also contains chemicals that deter predators as it tastes bitter, and it also may be toxic to some animals. Symmetry. They're both bilateral symmetrical. To conclude, hermaphroditism in clownfish and banana slugs demonstrates nature's unique way for adaptations for survival and reproduction.